All right, let's try this again. It is still Monday, June 13th, 2022, 10:11 p.m., and I still don't know where my girlfriend is. That last video cut off. First part of this video cut off because my alarm went off, and I wasn't able to shut it off without it stopping recording because this phone sucks. The other video right after it shut off after I hardly said anything as I ran out of space. So parked here inside Pierce Park, took a little break, deleted some videos that have been uploaded, and yeah, it's just space. So yeah, still stalking the so-called girlfriend at the moment. A total repeat of Wednesday, but of course my Wednesday vlogs, Wednesday of last week, but those vlogs have not been uploaded due to the fact that I have been unable to get my iPhone onto YouTube. Thought maybe, just maybe, I'd see her on this street, but nope. At least I didn't see her vehicle. Sure, wherever she is, that's where her vehicle is. We've got a mutual friend that lives on this street that obviously Priscilla's been spending some time with, that I have not been spending some time with. She said that she's moving to Sholo, Arizona, and selling her house on that street to leave Phoenix, that she's tired of Phoenix. And I don't want to completely sidetrack this video talking about her, our mutual friend, whom I really, really like. And anyway, kind of bummed she's leaving, but I thought maybe, just maybe, Priscilla would be spending some time with her, but nope, that's not where she's at. So anyway, back to Wednesday. I was trying to say what her explanation was for Wednesday. So she's saying I must have missed her because she was in the bathroom. It's entirely possible. I certainly didn't go into the women's bathroom looking for her. She said the reason that I didn't see her, and I didn't tell her that after I left there I went directly home. I told her after I left there I went to Amazon, which I did. But she said that the reason, or anyway, she said that after she said that the reason that she went to, that she did go to a doctor's appointment. I haven't seen any paperwork from said doctor's appointment. I don't know. You know, at this point I know sometimes she's lying to me. So, you know, it's like, whatever. Not trying to show me proof of everything. I just don't even give I can't say I don't give a fuck, because here I am talking about it. Obviously I do give a fuck, but it's, I don't know, it's just the whole situation's frustrating. Oh, that looks like it might be her right there. Oh. Nope, that is a much larger SUV than hers. Yeah, she said that she went to Gypsy's for food, that their kitchen was closed, they weren't serving food, so she went to Subway, right up ahead of, right here where I'm turning around. I've had several videos of me going in and out of that Subway. There's a 24-hour Subway at 44th Street, next to the Food City at 44th Street and McDowell. So, yeah, that's feasible. It's possible. I know she does eat Subway sometimes. So, says she went to the Subway and then went home. It's possible, you know. I mean, I know how long it takes to get food at that Subway, and probably she left just shortly after I did. So, yeah, it's conceivable there was enough time for me to go home, see her not there, and leave in the time it took her to go to Subway, actually get served by that Subway that is having a real struggle keeping employees, so they never really have anybody that's particularly good there. So the service is typically pretty slow, and then get home. So it's possible. It's possible. I do know when I got home on Thursday morning, after my Wednesday night shift, she was there, and my Thursday morning vlog, which is the other one that hasn't been able to be uploaded because it's trapped on my iPhone, which at the moment has no way to connect to YouTube, at least to this YouTube channel. That video was just all about what it was like to spend my first day actually working as a forklift operator at Amazon. And I'm really excited about that. That was a big thing for me. So yeah, that whole video is like 90% about just the ins and outs of me trying to operate a Amazon electric forklift. Wasn't even thinking about her. At that point, I'd already resigned to fucking unfaithful bitch is staying the night with somebody else, and she won't be home when I get home. So I was quite surprised to see that she actually was home when I got home. Now, as usual, she's all curled up in her nest on the couch, and I didn't make any attempts to touch her because that, for the longest time, has just been like, oh, don't touch me. She just gets pissed. It's not, for the most part, the intimacy in our relationship is gone, and so, I just went to bed. Also, I didn't go directly home after work on Thursday. I took a long way home just to kind of unwind because I was so just wired and excited from. I'm doing this again. So wired and excited from driving from the forklift thing that I didn't even want to contend with I-10 traffic. I just went down Van Buren and just kind of let all the energy out. The little slower, more relaxed drive down Van Buren, and then I ended up, because I fully expected that Priscilla would have spent the night with somebody else and would not be home. I just went to. And both my mind was just spinning from the whole forklift thing. I went to the Wander Inn and had a couple Bloody Marys, or as I like to call them, my liquid breakfast, and just to kind of slow my mind down. I feel like I ran a couple other errands that morning as well. I don't really recall at this point, and that's why I tried to do this vlog, so I have a record of like what I did, because my memories just have a way of fading and becoming really jumbled up. Like, I'll remember things, but I won't remember them in sequential order, or what day things happen. I just remember things happening after a while. Sometimes I don't even remember the things that happen. Sometimes I just lose them completely. So I know I did some errands after I left. So I got home. I was really, really surprised to see her, but I didn't touch her at all. I just climbed into my bed and went to sleep. In fact, I think by that time she might have actually. No, she was definitely in bed. But yeah, I think she just went to work, didn't say anything to me. I don't know. I don't remember if she said anything to me or not. I don't know. I don't want to say anything and have it be inaccurate, but I don't recall. Anyway, on to tonight. I'm spending this whole third video already, and 8 minutes, almost 9 minutes into it, and it just feels like I'm reliving. It just literally feels like I'm reliving Wednesday night all over again. But somehow that put me into Thursday morning. So on to now. I should probably start with why I still want to check the Wander Inn for the missing girlfriend. Actually, you know what? I want to get out what happened to get me to right here, without getting too sidetracked on minutia, which I tend to do. Which is definitely an autistic trait. Just throwing that out there. Last night was a really interesting and dramatic night at work. I really do want to cover that. I was really thinking about shooting a video on the way home from work yesterday, or this morning, I should say. And I just decided against it. And now I'm kind of wishing I had, because I would have liked to have already had that story out, and rather than me trying to get that out. But super short version of the story, I've been talking a lot about a manager, a red vest level manager, that is just rather inept and is never had a real job prior to this job, but because he's fresh out of college, and I think I've also mentioned he's an African immigrant, because he's fresh out of college, they've hired him into this, management level position. So he's starting life working as a boss. He's never really worked any other positions. All right, I got a guy on my left, no headlights. Yes, this guy's on my left right here. Can you see him? I don't see him in the video. There he is. No headlights. No headlights. That's the way people love to drive in Phoenix, with no headlights. And there's really no police presence in Phoenix anymore, so he'll be driving like that. That's a hell of a safety hazard. That's how it's gonna be. Ouch, motherfucker. Wow, I just did a hell of a curb check. I need to get out and check my tire. It's really hard to see those curbs in the dark. I don't feel any obvious damage. It sure looked like the parking lot entrance to me. That parking lot I've come into hundreds of times. Ouch. Okay, so where was I? So yeah, Africa No Bottoms. I've called him that too, Mr. Micromanagement. And look, we have a little homeless encampment on it right there. Yeah, Priscilla's not here either. I kind of figured she wasn't. So I don't know where she is at 10:22 p.m. And at this point, I'm done looking for her, because I don't really know where else to look. I can think of a couple other places, but at this point, it's just a waste of time and gas. Obviously, my girlfriend is spending the night with somebody else, and she's lying to me about what she's doing. Oh, wow. Okay, y'all can't see the Hawk right now, but I'm at the Hawk crossing at 42, and the bus just left on the double solid red lights. So the Route 17 McDowell bus actually ran the red light for the Hawk. I find it bad that so many Phoenix drivers can't seem to figure out how to figure out those lights when they're clearly signed what you're supposed to do with them. But a city bus driver, wow, just wow. Especially one that's on the 17, like that's all he does is go up and down McDowell all day. Actually, that's not true. I've tracked him through the Valley Metro app, and what he does is he probably goes to McDowell, and then he drives up 44th Street as a not-in-service bus, and either goes to Thomas or Indian School or Camelback, and goes to that. And might be at the end of that route, it might become another route, as opposed to these being contiguous routes that people can actually ride to get around town. Anyway, that's how they route those. So maybe that's his only run down McDowell. I don't know. At any rate, he should know how to drive, how to read the sign and what to do at a Hawk light, and know that if there's two red lights, you don't just blow through that. All right, it's so easy to get distracted by bad drivers, and it's just doubly frustrating to me when it's a city bus driver. So yeah, done looking for Priscilla. Obviously, she's lied to me again, and this whole video has mostly been me talking about how she lied to me last Wednesday. I still haven't got an explanation of where she was all night. So I don't know. And she did it again on, let's see, Thursday night. I feel like Thursday night. I'm not sure if she did it Thursday night or not. Now I'm forgetting. Oh God. now, see, this is why I try to make these videos. Now I don't remember what nights, but I know there was I know for sure the one night that she did stay out all night was Saturday night. And the thing that's doubly frustrating about Saturday night, and I don't think I've really put this in a video yet, is that on Saturday night when she stayed out all night, she was there with me in bed, but just basically cock teasing me until I finally just had enough of it and left at about 12:30 p.m. So wherever she went, she left at almost midnight. So she's got somebody that she goes and hooks up with after midnight. Now that's pretty sus, right? Yeah. Now she did say that she went to the Wander Inn and didn't see me there. No shit, because I didn't go there. Because I didn't want to fucking run into her there. Or have anybody come up to me and say, hey, where's Priscilla? I'm fucking at home. I'm sick of her being a cock tease. I don't want to talk about Priscilla with you. Anyway. Yeah, so when I got home, which ended up being about 3 a.m. because I went and got food after the bar closed. And I think I mentioned I ran into one of my coworkers there, which also is kind of about the whole African no bottoms Mr. Micromanagement Red Vest manager, whose name I shouldn't say, but it starts with a D. And we were having a conversation about something that he did that would strike me as a complete HR nightmare. Surprised he still has a job after what I heard from the Orange Vest manager that I ran into at Oz. I got home at about 3 a.m. She was not home at 3 a.m. Priscilla was not home at 3 a.m. She showed up at about 11:30 a.m. And that's when she came in and suddenly was all amorous. And we had we had bedroom fun. It was not spectacular or great or anything. I understand she's having some health problems and probably can't do the sort of things that Crystal did with me. But all things considered, it was all right. It's kind of felt like she was into it. But, God knows women can fake that. But then she didn't stay in bed with me. She left. Well, she's saying she wants to cuddle with me, but that's the time to cuddle. That is the cuddle time. Post-nut is cuddle time. That's how that works. Yeah, she left, went in the living room, and I ended up, at that point, that was what I needed to sleep well. It was, I needed to sleep well. I haven't been sleeping well, so that is exactly what I needed to sleep well. I slept well. And when I woke up at around 6 o'clock, it was time to get ready to go to work, she was gone, nowhere to be seen. She pulled up right as I was leaving to get in my car, so I had no time to really talk to her at all. I needed to get in my car and hit Amazon. And I forget where she said that she needed to go. Oh, she said that she went to... I just had a rock in my windshield. Didn't already have 3 long cracks in it. I'd be upset about that. She said that her car stereo stopped working and that she went to AutoZone to have them check the fuse, then replace the fuse, and the car stereo is still not working. Yeah, it's possible the car stereo died. They do that. Anyway, I'm not too concerned about a car stereo, but I'm just suddenly remembering. Like, this is what I'm talking about, me getting lost in stupid details. That's just how my brain works, and I have trouble communicating with other people. So after that, Sunday night, went to work. Last night, went to work. And this guy is wanting to get into my lane pretty bad. It kills me how people just hover there with their blinker on instead of actually slowing down to get behind the person they're trying to change lanes and get into the lane with. Like, how hard is that? Anyway, So anyway, many times I keep getting sidetracked off the thing with Priscilla. I'm very upset about the thing with Priscilla. And I want to explain why. I'm trying to get to where... So anyway, I've been mentioning this... The guy whose name starts with a D that I like to call... I'm hearing other nicknames for him as well. One of them that I thought was funny was Little Chris. I'm sure that's a reference to the cartoon. I think that's a cartoon. Anyway... and just for the record, it is a black guy that had that nickname for him, so even better. Yeah, I just to be completely clear, this is not a race thing. Most of my best friends are black. It just is what it is. Oh my God, I said that thing. I said the thing, didn't I? It's legit with me. People who know me know this. This is, I mean, I'm the most popular DJ at Bullock's, for God's sake. Used to be the most popular DJ at the break room. Anyway, moving on. And let's not forget the girlfriend that I'm so frustrated over cheating on me, also black. Let's throw that in the mix too. So yeah, so she's anyway. So it's just kind of been this thing of like, and one thing that invariably comes up in conversations about him that I'm having with my coworkers, which at this point I'm having with like kind of all my coworkers, because he's frustrating everybody from the top to the bottom. I mean, I'm talking with other managers that are frustrated with him, and training coordinators that are frustrated with him, and learning ambassadors that are frustrated with him, and just the people at safety are frustrated with him. Like, everybody's frustrated with him. And one thing that regularly comes up in conversations is I wonder when somebody is eventually somebody's just gonna lose it with him and go off, and of course it's just been like, well, I wonder when and who that will be. Yeah, that was about 1 a.m. this morning, and that would be me. A series of unfortunate events, about 50% of which was his douchebaggery, and the last thing that he went off at was the straw that broke the camel's back. The good news is I did not bury my fist through his face and smash his glasses. The guy is much smaller than me, and you should never punch a guy that wears glasses until he takes his glasses off. That's a thing, I think. But boy, did I've got schizoaffective disorder. So when I'm strongly imagining things, and I'm just like heavily like things going through my head, I see them happen, even when they don't happen. Like, I literally see them. It's just a symptom of my mental illness. I saw the bloody glasses. I saw the bloody glasses buried in his face, and I saw the damage it did to his eyes, and it was something that might have landed me in prison. So I'm thankful I was able to exert enough self-control and not do that. And then I got frustrated because it's just like, finally let that motherfucker get to me, and then I just stopped. And I started walking away. At that point, I was just going to walk out. I was going to quit. I was like, this job ain't worth this anymore. I'm done. I can't. This is too much for my mental health. I can't have this. Or at least I was going to go talk to HR, one or the other. But I was walking away. At that point, I'm like, no. I've been running through my mind all the things that need to be said to this motherfucker. I'm going to walk right back up in his face, and I'm going to say it loudly. And I just happen to be on PID 2, on the far side of PID 2, so I'm literally in the absolute acoustic and I got a powerful voice, goddammit. I can sing without a microphone. I do not need a microphone. My voice is fucking powerful. Yeah, it is. I sang that song on a karaoke show where the karaoke DJ turned my... Actually, that was me. Yeah, that's another story for another time. Anyway, so yeah, I let it out, and I let it out loudly. I think I heard at least 4 people as I was going off loudly saying, fuck yeah, about time somebody fucking said that to that asshole. I'm hearing that from several people in different directions. I'm literally right in the center of the department. And I guess some of the other managers, like lower level managers, people that are below him, got on the radio and were like, oh my God, we need to get down to PID 2 fast. We've got a situation here. Oh my Lord. And so yeah, three different managers, all of which I think two of which are the same level as him, but not above him or below him, but like in different departments. But they're people that I work with, so they're like adjacent departments. And then the person who is all of their bosses all came and like so upper level manager all came and talked to me, and all three of them surprisingly sided with me completely. I'm almost thinking I should be at this point putting together an employee Deadpool to see to place bets on what day this particular man is going to get fired, because the list of things that he is doing that just you don't do as a manager is, I mean, I could go on at length, but I'm almost to work and I really need to get in there and get to work, because I don't have a lot of PTO to use, and I don't have a lot of UPT to use, and I really, if nothing else, I need to make it to my 6-month bonus. I need that money, my signing bonus. I need that money. I cannot get fired over UPT, PTO running, not showing up. I can't. So, you should have got up and went to work on time. Yeah, it just wasn't happening. All this stress and stuff, and just me not sleeping well, it all finally caught up, and I knocked out. That's why I didn't go to work today. Priscilla did come in at about, I'm going to guess probably about the same kind of time, 6:15. I think she gets off the phone at 6. I think that's what time she gets off work, is at 6. I could be wrong. If she was doing right by me as a girlfriend, what she would have done at that time, even if sex didn't happen, she would have disrobed and climbed in bed with me. Or at least, what's the term? Got a little more comfortable and climbed in bed with me. At least act like I'm your boyfriend. Goddamn. Nah, she came in. Are you gonna go to work? Like, no. I said, come in here, hold me. She's like, no, I got some things I got to do. I got some errands I got to run. I'm like, oh, okay. Yeah, those errands obviously kept her busy until at least 10:30 at night. I can't imagine what errands are being run at 10:30 at night. What errands are being still run at 10:30 at night that started at like 6:15 p.m. And even while we're intimate, she still offered, on Sunday afternoon, she still offered no explanation as to who she stayed the night with and where she was from, midnight to, for roughly 12 hours, where she was. No explanation at all. I told her where I went. I even told her what bar I went to. I'm not hiding it. Oh my Lord, I see police lights in front of Amazon. Maybe somebody else actually did bury their fist in Derek's face. Anyway, I said his name. Whoopsie. Anyway, a lot of why I didn't sleep well today was, it's just the whole ongoing stress with Priscilla, the whole situation last night that I was talking about with me nearly punching Red Vest in the face. That was just, it was beyond a stressful work night last night. It threw me off. And then another thing that's going on is I apparently have dropped and I sometimes lose my bank cards out of my pocket. It happens. So apparently I dropped my Wells Fargo debit card out of my pocket here in the Amazon warehouse, and instead of this particular person, who is one of my coworkers, instead of this person turning it into their manager or turning it into HR, they went to Circle K, bought $40 worth of gas with it, and then, and this is a colossally stupid move, last night while I was working, or maybe it was the day before and they're just now hitting as pending charges. It's hard to tell with the way my online banking works. But at any rate, they went hog wild buying a whole lot of food in the Amazon break room. Yeah, not a smart move, whoever has my debit card, because those kiosks all have cameras on them that record the face of every person doing a transaction. And when you're inside Amazon, everybody who's inside Amazon, you don't get inside the building without one, has an Amazon ID card. And that Amazon ID card is not just a printed piece of plastic. Perhaps this person doesn't know that. They should know that, because when you get in the building, you have to lay it on a sensor, kind of like that, lay it on a sensor for it to sense that it's you and you have authorization to go in that building and the gates to open. It logs your entry to the building. It knows who you are. But there's more to it than that, and maybe some of the associates don't understand that. But it has an RFID in it. It emits a slight radio frequency. And every employee's motion in this building here to my right is tracked. And there are cameras everywhere. Everywhere. High definition cameras recording everything. Amazon has the largest web servers in the world. I mean, if you don't know what AWS is, Amazon's not making money off the operation at this warehouse. That's a money loser. That's a loss leader. Amazon's real money comes from Amazon Web Services, and it's providing the backbone of the internet. It's providing services to the U.S. government. And now I'm starting to sound like I'm talking about conspiracy theory, but Google Amazon Web Services if you're not familiar with that. That's the big moneymaker for Amazon, and it's yeah. So yeah, Amazon's got the greatest. Every one of these high definition, they got the storage. They're not running out of room to record video on their micro SD card like I am. Every bit of this high definition video is being constantly recorded, and it's time stamped, as well as what is also being recorded is the movement of every employee from the top to the bottom via the motion of their badge as they move around the building. So whoever this idiot is who has my debit card, who's decided to on 4 occasions use it in the Amazon break room, it's already been reported to HR. I reported to HR on my lunch break. And before my lunch break, by the way, fucking Africa Nobody's pissed me the fuck off. So I was already not in a good mood on my lunch break. And then I reached in my pocket, realized I don't have my debit card. I'm like, well, shit. And initially seeing my debit card missing, it could have fallen out of my pocket while I was getting dressed or in my car. Sometimes they fall out of my back pocket while I'm driving. It happens. I find it on the floor of the car. So I'm not immediately stressing about it, but I am certainly checking my online banking to see, hey, is the card being used? Usually, 99%, every time until today or yesterday. I guess it was today. It was about 12:30 in the morning. It's not being used. So I go to the app. I can turn off the card in my app, and I let a few days pass. It usually turns up in a few days. I found where I dropped it, and then I go to my app and I turn it back on. It's got to be missing for probably 2-3 weeks before I finally call my bank and I'm like, it's missing. And then they'd be like, well, was it stolen? I'm like, I'm going to say no, because there was a time period it was active and nobody used it in the app, and then I've had it off, but and I usually tell them, hey, send me a new card with the same number, because I want my accounts. I don't want to have to change all my online accounts. Well, that's not what happened this time. I checked I got some drinks in the break room with a different card. Not my Discover, because for some reason the kiosk here will not take my Discover. In fact, despite that I got plenty of credit on my Discover, I need to take that up with Discover. Anyway, so got some drinks. I'd already got food, and I think I put that I did put that in a video. I got some chicken sandwiches at Burger King. So went in the back break room, warmed up my chicken sandwich, and drinking my drinks, and I hit my online banking, and that's when I found out, $40 for gas at Circle K. That's not me. I got a Costco credit card. That's the only place I'm buying gas as expensive as gas is right now. That 50 cents a gallon that I'm saving when I go there, that's a really big deal right now. That's probably the only reason I'm able to still afford fuel. The fact that it's going on a credit account that I don't use for much else, and that I get massive kickbacks on it and discounts on it. Which it's probably still going to be over $5 a gallon next time I top off, if it wasn't last time. I don't look that closely at the price. And mostly because I'm already buying with the confidence that I'm getting gas at the absolute cheapest price I possibly can, and no matter what it is, I can't change that. It is what it is. I'm doing the best with it I can. And I'm not spending $40, but hey, it didn't matter to that person. That's somebody else's money, right? I intend to see that motherfucker gets fired. So yeah, so I saw that, and then I saw the 4, pending charges for food at the break room here. I'm like, whoa, whoever is stealing from me via my debit card is one of my coworkers in this building. Ain't that some shit? So at that point, I went directly to HR, and I'm telling them about that. And of course, they're looking at me like, she's kind of looking at me like, well, why are you telling me this? Take it up with your bank. Like, that's the look on her face, At which point I said, yeah, look what they're doing with my debit card. And she's like, what? And I said, see that? She goes, yeah. I said, that's our break room here. And her eyes got huge. She's like, oh my God, that is our break room. I said, yeah, my debit card thief is an employee here in this building. And they're using that money in the break room. That's why I'm bringing it to you. And she's like, whoa. Anyway, so I still need to follow up on that. But mind you, at this point, like I'm already upset because Derek had upset me. And if I come back, I'll get into the gory details of what happened. Because I'm here, I need to get my ass in the building. It's 10:46. I definitely need to clock in for 11. So that it was, yesterday was just a whole lot. It was overwhelming. When I got home, didn't get it on with Priscilla. To be fair, there probably wasn't time because I was late getting home because I spent much of the end of this shift discussing what had happened with me and Derek, and then they were telling me what had happened with them and Derek, and we were just all like, and just the level of just shit he did to piss people off during the last shift. And then of course went into stuff that happened on Wednesday night shift and Thursday night shift as well. I could write a book, call it Worst Manager Ever, at this point, with all the stuff that's gone wrong. And some of those are, and one of them I really wanted to talk to, and that's why I was mentioning at the beginning of this about Matt Walsh's What is a Woman. One of my coworkers is transgender. And I honestly didn't find out he was transgender until I was at the bar Saturday night. And that's fine. And I'm not even going to go on my personal... transgender is something I honestly have a tough time wrapping my head around, in spite of the fact that I do actually have some transgender friends and some transgender people that are close to me in my life. I'm kind of with Matt Walsh on the transgender thing, but on the same token, they're people, and I'm not going to disrespect them as people. If they present femme enough, if it's a guy that's transitioned to, it's a transgender woman, if they present femme enough, I'll probably call him she. Just out of respect. Just to not be an asshole. Regardless of what I feel about transgenderism. Just because that's a person that shouldn't be, just, like, let's just not be an asshole. But anyway, this particular employee, like moment I met him, like my gaydar went off. Like this guy's clearly gay and clearly a very, very femme gay, which some of my best friends are very femme gay. People are people, man. Be you. If I mean, that's not something I'm into per se, but like if you're still a good person and you treat me well and you just happen to be a really femme gay guy, I'm still gonna like you because you're being a good person. I had no idea he was in the process of transitioning. I don't know how far he's taking it. Honestly, it's none of my business. Her and I are not close friends. It's still him in my mind. It is what it is. And I'm not using it as his or her pronoun. It is in the situation. This person who is transitioning, I guess he had publicly kind of come out. It hadn't been mentioned to me, but I don't spend a lot of time with this person. But decided to come out for Pride Month and make it public that not only am I transitioning, but not me, but this person transitioning, but also would like my gender changed in my personnel file. I mean, right? You know, took it to HR. It's like my gender needs to be changed, and I am she her. I am she her. That's what he said. I know it's confusing. I'm not gonna say I fully grasp it. I don't. But on the same token, like, I address this person by his/her name. Not that hard. This particular person was my first trainer. This particular person led the new employee orientation class. Actually, no, did not lead the class. It was somebody else that led the class, but when we split up into groups for more direct training and a tour of the building and everything, this was the person who was my trainer, my first trainer. I had 2 trainers. Well, I've had more trainers now since I've gone into other stuff, particularly, you know, pit driving, but that's another subject. But as far as like my training, as far as initially going into Amazon and training me how to work at Fluid and how to work as a line loader, and I feel as a new hire helped me immensely. And this person has been a learning ambassador here for quite some time and operating in that capacity, especially when they're doing, you know, large intakes of new people. Been doing that for a long time and is very respected in this building and very, very liked and adored in this building. And I couldn't even tell, I wouldn't even, I hazard guess how many of my coworkers, he was the person or she was the person. Still grapple with it. I'm not going to disrespect her to her face, though. Seriously. And not in front of a class of new hires and other managers and whatnot. So apparently what had happened, I'm not sure what day it was. I wasn't here. But I've heard about it so far from 3 different people. Somewhere, I don't even know how this subject even come up. Like, what does it have to do with putting packages on a conveyor belt? Right? So, anyway, I come up with Mr. Micromanagement, and I guess came in. Well, I'd like to be addressed as I'm transitioning. I'd like to be addressed as, this is not me saying it, this learning ambassador saying it, and of course, she's got her class there with her of all new hires. Well, I'm transitioning. I'd like to be addressed as you know, she or her. Could use her name. Then you don't have to worry about the gender thing. Name has not changed. Was already using a femme name. So yeah, like, so this Mr. Micromanagement, who I'm almost punching the face last night, decided to, in front of many people, including this whole new recruit class, go on a tangent about how he didn't believe in that shit and blah, blah, blah. So I'm not going to call you that. Even if that's how you feel. Like, I know a lot of people that feel that way. To a certain point, I kind of feel that way. I struggle with it. It's not something I fully understand and grasp. But my God, it's just not appropriate in the workplace. That's just an asshole. That's an asshole. I want to get fired. HR nightmare, especially with a large corporate, extremely liberal and diversity-oriented employer like Amazon. So maybe that'll be the incident that removes him. I'm sure that's still being processed by HR. I'm sure. I'm kind of nervous about what the reactions are going to be from what I did last night, because I went off. I said a lot, and I said a lot that was, and what I said was all work related. It wasn't pronoun related. Yeah, I need to get in the building. And I don't even know what time it is. My clock's already given up and turned itself off. But I just wanted to get that part out. Well, I really wasn't going to get that part. I was just going to explain why I didn't have time to get that part out. But that's a pretty relevant thing. I wasn't there for that, but I've heard about it from a handful of different people, and I hope at some time I can get. I'm not particularly close with this particular transitioning learning ambassador, but I hope at some point I can get a little time one-on-one with her to mention the incident, because and this is going to sound wrong and disrespectful, but she's a good guy. And this manager, not so much. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope I didn't lose y'all on that. God, 45 minutes. What are y'all doing with your lives? Damn.